Since the US military buildup in the Caribbean began last year, Puerto Rican media has been astounded, as if they could never imagine the archipelago would be used for military purposes after the Navy left Vieques in 2003. However, Puerto Rico has been an important testing ground for the US military for decades, and it never really stopped. In 2021, Camp Santiago in Salinas was used to test the Army's Integrated Visual Augmentation System, otherwise known as IVAS, which are essentially just goggles that make your vision look like the heads-up display from Halo. The US military has been obsessed with this concept for decades, but it's never really taken off. And the IVAS isn't much better either because the military just mothballed 10,000 units just a few weeks ago. For a records request, I obtained never-before-seen documents about how the IVAS was tested in Puerto Rico and how it went. Short answer, the things barely worked at all and had more than 400 essential failures. Before I keep going, look at the first slide in the PowerPoint they gave to the soldiers testing the things out. Looks equal parts ridiculous and like a Call of Duty loading screen. The Army tested the IVAS in Puerto Rico alongside Alaska to see how they did in extreme weather conditions. And like I said before, they failed pretty badly both times. Meanwhile, the PowerPoint is filled with details about the week-long training, which involved planning raid and reconnaissance missions as well as land navigation courses. To me, these dumb little useless war goggles are really indicative of how the government loves spending money on something that's almost entirely built on hype or either exclusively used to harm someone. Instead of using all that money for something productive, it all went to something that has never worked properly and probably never will. If you want to see these documents for yourself or get more details about the test, you can find more on my newsletter, heavyweather.media.